anything. They will play all the football, have all the chances. Suddenly, the opposition will strike. Just one moment of loss of concentration on the part of the Desert Foxes, the opposition will strike, and that will
usually
play
when
off
it
that
happens, Algeria doesn't seem to have anything to
any
do with it.
any response to it. And I think this Algerian side, this team, look like one of the best in recent time from the Algerian side. You look at the bulk of players, the collection of players from this team. They play top flight football in Europe. Some play in Africa, some in Asia. But
I agree with
it's
you.
a collection of some of the best players in
Algeria
recent time.
has,
Algerians have on offer. But
Okay. Let's flip. Let's talk about the Belgians. You called them dark horses yesterday. Were you impressed with what you saw? Mark Wilmots played for Belgium. I'd been at the World Cup too. And this Belgian side, some have gone as far as calling them the golden generation. But were you impressed? They struggled in this game before they got those goals and eventually winning.
coming back from a go down, will give you that impression that this Belgian team, that feeling that this Belgian team has something in stock. Yes, the big guys we expected, Lukaku, Hazard, some of the big guys, a lot of people had expected to deliver on the day, couldn't. But it shows that when players come from the bench, because if Fellaini comes from the bench, scores a goal, the other guy comes from the bench, scores a goal, it means there's something in this Belgian team. A lot of people say yes, they didn't show the true stuff.
I mean, we expected them to run over the Algerians.
It
didn't happen.
No team, the only team that had been run over in this competition, the only team had the top favorite. Spain got beaten 5-1, Portugal got beaten 5-0, 4-0. Maybe Honduras that lost 3-0 to France were just some of those underdogs at this tournament that have fallen like pack of cards. So you won't expect that you see the Belgian team, because the last time Belgium qualified for the World Cup was in 2002. But Algerians have been there. They were there last year, so they know what it takes to play at the biggest stage.
All right. Later tonight, a game will be played. Fabio Capello's Russia will take on South Korea. Let's allow you to see how those teams have been preparing for this crucial game. Like I said, in case you're not watching, Brazil is taking on Mexico as we speak. When we come back, we'll talk about that. But let's allow you see the preparation, the fans, how they, shaping up for this game. Russia and South Korea would get to listen to what the fans have to say about this. But I don't know. Some will say Russia seems to be favorites for this one.
Yes, they seem to be favorite. The man on the bench is the man who's one
sound tactician.
Yes, who is one of the best highly rated coach in the world. The highest paid at this tournament. He has a bulk of players. Yes, the bulk of players does not match with the quality of coaching, but he knows what he wanted. He knows how to get the result. He has to work with the guys that plays right in Russia. We didn't have some of the big boys, Arshavin, the Pavlyuchenko, the Pobniak in this squad.
Yeah.
Roman Chikov, their captain, was ruled out for injury, but he still kept fit with these guys. The Russian team, yes, they went through the qualifier, they went through the playoffs, but because this group looks like a lot of people have tipped the Algerians to be the whipping boys in this group. They tipped Belgium and Russia to qualify from this group ahead of Korea and Algeria.
Yeah.
But this game against Korea is very key for Fabio Capello. If he doesn't win this, there's very likely that he may not qualify for the next round.
That's do not this verdict. Let's listen to the fans now. Let's hear their own verdict. What the fans have to say about this. The Russians, the Koreans, and those that will be in the center. What they feel will happen later tonight in this crucial game.
Well, I mean, there is expectations and there is, that's our dream. But to be realistic, I would be happy if we're gonna make it out of the group. I would be happy with that.
I think today Russia will win.
And why is that?
Because Russia is the best team, best football team in the world.
Well, I hope to see Nigerians that optimistic about their team, but that's an issue for later. We'll get to that later. Let's show you. Matches will be played tomorrow, of course. Let's take a look at some of the matches that will be played at the 2040 FIFA World Cup tomorrow. Other African teams will be involved as well. So let's quickly bring to you what to expect tomorrow. Well, Nodi, Australia will take on Holland, the Orange Boys of Holland. Spain will take on Chile. Cameroon will take on Croatia. I don't know. How do you think some of these games would turn out? Australia, Netherlands. I don't know. The Australians, I mean, experienced, but most of those guys are really old. And a Dutch team that seems to be firing on all cylinders. You might be tempted to give it to the Orange Boys. Spain and Chile. Spain, I mean, wounded lions. You know, they might just want to do something. Then Cameroon and Croatia, I mean, is make or break for Cameroon. They don't win this, they have their bags packed.
Let me start with the Cameroon game because they are African brothers. They're coming up against Croatia. They lost their first game against Mexico. They need to win this game. They need to win this game. Not a draw will not be favorable for the Cameroonian.
Okay.
They need to win this game. Well, we are talking about two teams who lost their first game. Croatia 3-1 lost to Brazil. Cameroon 1 lost to Mexico.
And their conquerors are playing right now as we speak.
So that game is like win or bust for both sides.
Okay.
The Cameroonians, well, they are not in the right frame of mind. They are not happy at this moment because their talisman, striker, captain Samuel Eto'o feels
all-time leading goal scorer.
He's been ruled out of this game to injury, and for the German coach, will want to look for someone to replace him. Yes, the Cameroonians had better opportunities. They played better in their first game against Mexico. Well, that was the first game, but they lost that game. This game, I don't know whether we're likely going to see an African team cash out in the first round. I don't want that to happen. It's going to be a very terrible record for an African team. We look at Asia. We look at Asia's performance so far. Yes, the only Asian team, I think, two Asian teams, two teams from the AFC, Asian Football Confederation, Japan and Australia lost their first game. But we'll just give them that benefit of doubt against Croatia. Okay. If Cameroon can pick a win from this game, that gives them better confidence going to the last game against Brazil.